Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. Welcome to another episode of an ink review. Today we are looking at a red ink. This one from Diamine Crimson. Thanks go out to the OC Pen Club for providing the sample for this review. Alright, let's take a look at this ink. Today's pen we will be using the Moonman T1 with a fine nib. A Moonman fine nib. I was actually thinking thoughts about putting a broad nib in here, but I think that this is a sufficient color for using a fine nib. Let's bump up the colorway a little bit so we can see. It's a rather dark red. Very dark Christmas. That's about how it looks to my eye. So if you are looking for a dark red, this one may be the one. I am bumping the brightness up significantly so you can kind of see just the teeny tiniest bit of shading that it has. Let's scooch in a ways. How's that? And then we'll bump up the brightness. It just has the tiniest bit of shading, which is kind of cool. Okay. Here is our ink swatch and water resistance test shows. This has no water resistance whatsoever. I would not use this on the outside of an envelope for fear it may wash away. Here is our toilet paper chromatography. Alexa, stop. There's something very interesting that's going on right here. There is this brownish color, and then there's this pinkish color around it. And here is our ink painting of the day, and before anybody says it, we're not going to go there. Okay, so just get your mind out of the gutter. There's what the ink, that's what the ink splotch looks like. It does look like an in particular thing, but we're not going to talk about it. So, let's do some paper. Oh, I did get some really good feedback on my one of my videos to do some writing sample. So I think that before we do the paper review, that we will do our writing sample. How's that? We'll do a little writing sample. So this is our favorite CVS caliber filler paper. This is Diamine Crimson. I'm going to take out a dip pen. So this is just to show you that we can use it as a dip pen. If you have prepared your nib correctly, it should stick to the bottom side of the nib. But let's see if we can see. Oops. You can see that it's good and stuck. Alright, let's do a little writing sample. So this is There's what it looks like when written with a dip pen. And that only took one dip, so that's pretty impressive. Got some good stickiness into it. Because somebody might like this, I'm going to do a little, this is a stirring rod, a little dip in a stirring rod, and I'm just going to kind of smear it around, get some different view of the ink on just random paper. I do not want to wipe that on my white towel, so we're going to use a toilet paper. What do y'all think about that? Pretty nice, right? It does go down rather dark. So if you're thinking thoughts about using this in a dip nib, maybe use a wider nib. Let me see if I can break out my, oh, that's not the one. Where is my really fun dip nib? Here it is. This is a Kakamori dip nib. Alright, a little bit of a play. Here it's put down really thick, and it's almost black. And then we went very quickly. You can kind of see that it does go down kind of a medium shade, and when I go down at like a medium speed, it goes down like a medium shade. So I guess it really just depends on like how much ink is in the area. So, I hope that helps. Cover that up. Alright. Done that. Let's do some paper review, shall we? I have to wash this off later. Okay, let's do some paper review. In. Alright, this is the Pen and Gear Memo book from Walmart.com. There is no feathering, no bleeding, little tiny bit of bleed through right there, but other than that, there's no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Lightweight Traveler's Notebook Paper. Again, no feathering, no bleeding, little bit of ghosting. Super Lightweight Traveler's Notebook Paper. No feathering, normal amount of ghosting. Moleskine 70 GSM, feather like a chicken, bled to the page. Field Notes Journal. A little bit of spread, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Fabriano Eco Qua 85 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Ayush 100 GSM paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. 52 GSM Tomaway River. No feathering, no bleeding, little bit of ghosting. Leuchtturm 1917. No feathering, little bit of ghosting. Midori MD paper. no feathering, a little bit of ghosting. Cosmo Air Light, 75 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. It says, the Jot Journal from the Dollar Tree. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Marmonimosity, 80 GSM dot grid. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oxford notebook paper. No feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Clairefontaine, 90 GSM. No feathering. No bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Exceed 100 GSM heavyweight paper from Walmart.com. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Up and Up Wide Rule composition book, Target.com. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. True Red composition book, Staples.com. A little bit of feathering, bleeding, and ghosting. Apica, 81.4 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. The Nanami 7C, 68 GSM Tomoe River. No feathering, no bleeding, little tiny hint of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Rhodia Dot Pad, 80 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Artist Loft, 100 GSM paper. No feathering. Little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. Buffet, handmade paper from Italy. Little wisps of feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Use Style notebook paper. A little bit of spread. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is, Sheffield Home Paper Goods. A little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. CVS Caliber notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oxford notebook paper. No feathering, oops. No bleeding, barely any ghosting. Mead wide ruled notebook paper. Feather like a chicken, bled to the page. 5-star notebook paper. Feather like a chicken, bled through the page. Speckled notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Akabe cross-section pad. Little bit of feathering. Little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. No feathering. Little bit of bleed through, little bit of ghosting. J&B copper plate graph pad from johnneilbooks.com. No feathering. Little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. Original Crown Mill 100 GSM paper. No feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Okay. Let's do a comparison panel. We get to use new cuts today. Wow, this is going to be very interesting. So I just watched Simone and Leanne Likes' video on this yellow ink that is going around. Boy, I would love to get my hands on it. I bet you I can tell you exactly which one it is. I already have a feeling I know which one it is. Oops, what am I doing? My brain was thinking about the yellow ink. Alright, this is... Where am I? Okay. This is Diamine Crimson. Lights here. Okay. Next to Diamine Red Dragon. This one's kind of similar. Monaco Red. Again, another one kind of similar. Rouge d'Orient. Similar. Burgundy. Matador. Sparkling Cranberry. Love Red. Garnet. Primary Red. Ho Ho Ho. Inferno Red. Hubble Zoom. Passion Burgundy. Asterkiza Rot. Sikatuna. Manyo Umi. Document Red. Stone Red. Red number 1. Christmas Red. Spiced Apple. Royal Rhubarb. Ruby Red. Oxblood. Oriental Red. Document Dark Red. Basilica Red. Food Color Red. Uluru Red. Dark Energy. Blueberry Muffin. Tiananmen. Candy Cane. Valentine Red. Sailor Irori. Aka Red. Algonquin Maple. Alpha Scorpy. Poppy Red. Cardinal. Dante Alighieri. Delta Red. Red Candy. Ooh, this one's kind of close too. Garnet Red. Florentine Red. Pilot Red. Twisby Crimson was the other one I was thinking of, but these look nothing alike. Charlac and Van Janstein. Poinsettia. Cardinal was the other one I was thinking of, and this... Codwalder, sorry. And these are super... This one's a little more purple leaning. Rattler's Red Eel. Nikita. Cherry Danish. Felicity Glistening. Quink. Red number 201. Uli Red. Birmingham Rhubarb. Thief's Red. Scarlet. Vermilion. Audacious Red. Cozy Up. Flamingo Pink. Coral. Medina Red. Firestorm. Strawberry Shortcake. Red Robin. Bloody Red. Rouge Hematite. And Macrokyra Canberry. Wow, it does have a couple of close ones in there. Well, what did you guys think about today's ink? You looking for a red ink? Maybe check out Pen Boutique. Check out the second link in my doobly-doo to save 10% off on your next order. Thanks goes out to the OC Pen Club and to Pen Boutique. And thanks goes out to you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell, make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you, and I will be back very soon with another video. So, take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day.